He whipped around, the adrenaline coursing through his veins. There, illuminated by the light of the moon, stood the creature. Its eyes gleamed with a yellow predatory hunger, its silhouette massive and distorted. Its fur was matted and thick, its claws long and sharp. A werewolf. Aaron's breath caught in his throat. He had heard the stories, old folk tales, whispers of creatures that roamed the woods at night. But this was no myth. It was real. The beast took a slow step forward, its head tilted slightly, as if sizing him up. Aaron's instinct screamed at him to run, but his body was frozen, paralyzed by fear. He could see the muscles rippling under its fur, hear the raspy breaths as it panted, preparing for the chase, and knew he was prey. With a primal instinct, Aaron bolted, pushing himself through the dense forest, branches scraping his skin, rocks threatening to trip him up. He could hear the werewolf's footsteps behind him now, faster, more deliberate, and the sound of claws striking stone and dirt echoed like thunder in his ears. Suddenly, he stumbled and fell, his face hitting the cold, damp earth. He gritted his teeth against the pain, scrambling to get back to his feet. But the moment his hand touched the ground, he felt something, a cold, clammy pressure wrapping around his wrist. He screamed, his heart racing, and when he looked up, the beast was standing just a few feet away, its muzzle pulled back in a twisted grin, its teeth glistening in the moonlight. Aaron's blood ran cold. It was toying with him. His mind raced. What could he do? He wasn't a hunter. He had no weapon, no advantage. He was alone, in the woods, with a creature that was far beyond his abilities to fight, but his survival instincts kicked in, and as the werewolf took another slow step forward, its eyes locked onto him with a hunger he couldn't understand. He did the only thing he could think of. He leapt to his feet and ran, with everything he had. The creature's growl rumbled in the night, a promise that it would chase him to the ends of the earth. But just as Aaron thought he couldn't run any longer, he burst through a thicket and into a small clearing. He saw lights, a distant cabin. Someone was out there. Maybe they could help, maybe. He dashed toward it, his breath ragged, his legs burning. The werewolf's growls echoed behind him, but he didn't dare look back. Not now. He made it to the cabin door, pounding on it, his voice hoarse from shouting for help. The door swung open, but there was no one inside. Just a pile of old hunting gear and a single tattered coat hanging from the wall. And then Aaron realized he was not alone. The hot breath of the beast lapped against the back of his neck, the foul smell of rancid meat reaching round to the front of his face. Knowing all was lost, he closed his eyes and accepted his fate.